Auto Conference. It was huge. Being able to meet everybody and just had a great time talking and chatting and breaking bread with fellow beekeepers and man, meeting new friends. Get to meet Charlie and oh, you're leaving tomorrow. Hey, Grayson. Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. I'm on the way home. I should be home at about around 2 o'clock Eastern time today. And matter of fact, just crossing into South Carolina right now. So we're on the home stretch, I guess, coming out of the mountains. And oh, you just changed your YouTube logo? Hey, Vincent. Yeah, we're just coming back into South Carolina. Had a great time at the conference. I got to speak to Cayman for a few minutes this morning, and really had a if you can see, my truck is. I restocked the Apis supplies. All right, so Phil's on his way home, going through Lexington. I know Lee is taking a little bit of a detour with his wife to go do some sightseeing. And man, it was a great time. Phil, thanks for all your help. Brad, good to meet you, man. It was fun, man. We had a great time. I wish you could have came out to eat with us, Brad, to a couple of spots and hung out with us a little bit more. And the Swan Lord seems to. So you guys get to see from nothing to hopefully seeing it on a bunch of shelves everywhere. Hey, Jeff. And really excited about this year, guys. Now I've got to go look at the South Carolina Bee Conference I guess I'm going to have to join the South Carolina Beekeepers Association. I got some grief over that this weekend that I wasn't a member, and I merely explained to them that we have bee meetings every week and online, and we usually have a bigger turnout. Yeah, we're in South Carolina. We're just coming down 26 towards Spartanburg, and got my monster drink that I always have. And it was really cool. If you haven't got a chance to watch the live streams, we did one yesterday that Bob Binney and Mr. Ed stopped by for, and Jared from Beehive Homestead and Graham's midwife were on. And just had an awesome time meeting everybody for the first time. Hopefully what I'm gonna try to do, I'll get with Lee, maybe we'll download some of those streams back with those interviews. And Yappy was on there for a cameo appearance, and we'll put together a little bit of a compilation video of the interviews. That'd be an interesting thing. And let me see. Bought a bunch of stuff. Well, not as much as I actually wanted to get, and some of the things that I went to look at, I still didn't make a decision on. And then other things that I didn't plan on getting, I ended up pulling the trigger and buying them, right? So, like I didn't really plan on getting Apivar, but I bought Apivar while I was there. I didn't plan on buying a automatic bottle filler, but I did when I was there. I did get some Bob Binney woodenware. I got a couple double screen bottom boards, or I'm sorry, double screen boards, not bottom boards. I guess they are a bottom board for the top hive. I got some migratory covers and some bucket feeders from Bob Binney. Got to meet Seth. He's a cool guy, younger fella, We had a couple laughs. and just had a good time, guys. Oh yeah, and met Mark Andrews. You know what? Mark Andrews actually, he's going to the Virginia Beekeepers Association meeting next week because he sells nukes, and he bought a box of swarm lure of my swarm lure to sell at the Virginia Beekeeping Association meeting. So, you know, the product's getting out there a little bit, and it's really exciting to see the swarm lure going from a thought to something, you know, to watching it get out there. And so I'm going to try a few things this year, and, you know, some bucket feeders. It'll be the first time I've used the bucket feeders. Obviously the Apis Biologics, I bought a ton of it. I'm about 75% convinced I'm going to do a pre-order for those global patties. But see, you got to buy 16, I think it's 1,600 pounds. You got to get at least a pallet of them. So we'll have to figure out how the shipping and all incorporates to actually buying the patties, you know, getting them here. So if you guys are interested in pre-ordering, I'll have to figure out the logistics of putting on the website to collect the money to pre-order them, and then when they come in, ship them out, you know, and see if we can still get a good deal on it. That's the thing, right? We got to get a good price on it. And you know, I found there was a lot of meat, you know, in the infancy of this co-op that I'm talking about to get a better deal on pricing on stuff for beekeepers is kind of what's driving some of my inspiration there. If we can band together to buy stuff to get a better deal like bee clubs do. I mean, let's face it, guys, on our live streams and streams, we typically have a better turnout than most bee club meetings have. So if we can band together and make our purchases together, then we can save on our stuff. Kind of like the conference, but more like the Sam's Club approach, right? You're not really a member, you're not paying for a membership, but buying it and as a unit allows us to get a better price on it and save on it. So that's kind of the goal, the thought process that I was going for. You need foundation. Okay, hey, I actually talked to the owner of Peerco, and he's interested in talking to me about the swarm lure. So I'm going to try to work a deal with Peerco, maybe to get some foundations and stuff. So maybe that's a good thing. Jeff, send me a message on what size you're looking for, and I'll start to try to put an order together because I need some of that stuff as well. And then maybe we can buy it together under the Beewares and put it out there, right? And we'll try to compile a big order and get a save on shipping and all that, you know, and then we'll ship it out because I've got an enclosed space to keep it in. But if we do pre-orders, then as soon as it comes in, I can get it out and I don't have to house it, right? That's the main thing. Yeah, I'm watching the road. My wife is watching the road. Trust me, she don't let me do nothing. If I start to lean a little bit,
see my hand come across that screen, go. Ah.
Yeah, she's my co-pilot. Matter of fact, I need one of those training cars that has brakes and gas on the other side, so she can actually drive while I'm live, and it just looks like I'm driving. And you know, there's some things that happened at the show that were interesting, and like there was vendors that had pre-ordered global patties, and you know, those global patties were only available on pre-order, but as soon as they got them, they turned around and marked the price up on everybody for resale, so you didn't get that discount. You had to pay more. So it was interesting. Some of the stuff like that was Bob's wife. Did you keep him from spending too much? No,
I gave him my credit card. It had $2,700 on it, and he spent it all.
I didn't spend it all. I didn't spend all of it. I left her $600.
He left me $600.
But I had my own credit cards and I didn't use anything on those. So,
It's okay. He'll pay it back.
well, actually, technically I did, I guess, because I'm getting an yeah, $2,699.99 is what I spent. I left her 1 penny on the card. Now, you know, guys, there was so much more I wanted to get, but I didn't prepare. And when I say I didn't prepare, it's because I didn't know that I was going to the conference till the last minute. Otherwise, it would have probably been better to rent a trailer for a week and get frames and foundation and all of that sent to me. So I'm gonna try to work with John from Peerco. Peerco was not didn't have a booth there, but the owner was there, and you know, again, for me, it's more about the dollar cost savings, because let's face it, Premier has I'm going to say they have a good product. And what I did like about their foundation is it was thinner. So it seemed like it was easier to move in and out of the frame than the Acorn that I use. But is that flexibility in me, when I think about it, is that flexibility worth the price difference? That's kind of where I start going down that rabbit hole of cost versus usefulness, right? So, you know, some people like it more. And I talked to James McNally. He said it didn't even matter. If you're buying wax foundation, everybody I've talked to has recommended re-waxing them. So then at that point, it becomes, do I even buy wax foundation anymore? Do I spend the extra money to wax the foundation if I'm going to go back and wax it myself anyway? Right? So it's like, is it worth that extra initial cost to buy double, triple wax foundation if I'm going back and waxing it myself anyway? So that's something maybe as a group we talk about in our discussion on Tuesday night, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's better for us just to buy wax-free foundation and waxing it ourselves with our own beeswax if the results are better. And he did a side-by-side comparison. James did, and I'm sure Tuesday night he'll pop in and we'll talk about it. And how he said even as good a success that you're having with Premier foundation, putting that extra coat of wax on it made him draw it out even quicker. Yeah, so that's how I am too, DC. I know you guys see the Bob that, he just bought a honey bottling machine and he just bought this. But my thoughts are the price savings over time as well, you know. So that's kind of how I look at things. I'm analytical. I'll wait for the most part, like these poly hives. I really want to try them, but I can't bring myself to pull the trigger to pay as much for a styrofoam hive that I pay for a wood hive. Hey, Lee. Yeah, and you know, but the thing is, and I'll agree, I'm not saying it doesn't work, William. My question is, does it work better than something else? I mean, is it that much better worth paying the extra money for? That's kind of my thought. You know, and the other thing is that gets me is, why aren't there any of these big bee supply companies down in my area? I don't see anything in the southeast region. So everything you're buying is getting shipped from California or New York or, you know, all over the place. And the shipping costs are higher. If I had the money, guys, if I was wealthy, I would have already thrown up a store and got in with like Lyson and some of these people. to save shipping to people in my area, you know. But it just, the overhead of the building is where the cost comes in, right? It's not like you're drop shipping. Are you already home sitting in your recliner, Brad? Did you leave last night? Surely you didn't leave last night. And, you know, it is Sunday night. We might have a No Life Beekeepers chat when I get home tonight. Lee won't be home yet, but we can still do something. I'm driving. There's James. He brought the recliner with him. He's riding on the roof like National Lampoon's Vacation.
Like Granny and the Hillbillies.
Granny and the Hillbillies?
In a rocking chair.
In a rocking chair?
Strapped to the truck.
So we've got the Incline Railroad. We've got James and I just got off the phone a little while ago, and I think we got a interesting chat coming up Tuesday night. Well, he can't do that one Tuesday night because he won't be home yet, but when he gets home, we got a very interesting topic for that night or that week. And we're going to talk a little bit about his honey house. So definitely, or his bee shed, we'll say that, where he keeps his bees over winter. And, you know, that's a very interesting topic. And we got into a little bit of the conversation about, you know, some differences about bees that cluster all winter and like down here where they're flying back and forth all the time. Like I'm sure they're flying right now at my house, you know. So it's very interesting topics we're going to be bringing up. And I'm just trying to watch my road sign so I don't pass something if I need it. But yeah, it's going to be real interesting, guys, how things this year change for us in the beekeeping community, and how we get things established. So yes, I am trying to work deals where we can pre-order and buy in bulk, and then, you know, once the bulk shipment comes, then I repack it and ship it out to where we can save some money. But it has to be a cost savings to where it makes sense, right? And technically, I guess even if we get a cost savings as a group and we turn around and the shipping brings you back up to what you would pay for it if you walked into a bee supply store, then I guess you're still saving some, right? You're saving the cost of having to ship from wherever. I don't know. We'll have to see what kind of deals we can get. And that's all based on what kind of pre-orders, you know, that we're going for. You know, boxes and woodenware, I could have got a great deal, but I'd have had to buy a pallet of them, which I was prepared to do, but I didn't want to leave it on the back of the truck overnight in the hotel. So they're just up in North Carolina, so it might be one of those things where I buy a pallet of boxes and then go up and get them out of North Carolina and bring them home or something like that, you know, and save us some money on some boxes. And see what we can do. It just depends. Yep, see, there's the slap in the head I just got for fearing looking at the camera a little bit. But anyway, guys, we're just low and slow on the highway going home, enjoying the scenic view. The sun's come out. Yeah, there's great savings if you can buy things by the pallet, but the problem is most of us can't buy everything by the pallet, right? James bought a pallet of Pro Nukes. So if you buy a Pro Nuke one at a time, right, you're paying $20 at a time. If you buy them by the pallet, you're paying $9. So, you know, that's the thing though. But you still got to put out $5,000 to get the pallet, right? So. Yeah, if I even make it rich, that's it. And I don't even need to be rich, guys. I just want to be able to work my bees full time and not have to worry about that 9-to-5er, right? It's not always about the money for me. It's more about that quality of life, right? Being able to get up, do what you want to do. Yeah, Man Lake though, man. Whew. To give you an idea, I talked to every other vendor. I talked to Dadan. I talked to every other vendor about Swarm Lure. I didn't even stop in the Man Lake booth. I didn't even, all weekend I didn't go in there. Yeah, just enough money for bail, right? Yeah, it's about happiness. I mean, if I could work the bees and, you know, guys, you have no idea. I feel like I literally met James McNally the week before the show, right? New Year's Eve. It's the first time I met James. I honestly feel like I've known him my whole life, just about. You know, we broke bread every dinner that I was there. James and I ate dinner together. And, you know, that was amazing. Getting to know other beekeepers and just the person behind the beekeeping, right? Even that. Yeah, $29.95 or 5 billion Canadian. That joke never gets old, man. I don't. That joke never gets old. Hey, but you know, this whole weekend I was only called an asshole one time, and that's awesome.
Who called you that?
So you remember when we were at the Mel's Diner, right? And the guy came up to us and said, "Hey, my girlfriend or wife just hit 10,000 subs on TikTok. Could you do us a favor and make a big deal of it, like you seen her, you know, like she was recognized?" And it was funny. So we were sitting there, but she walked around the corner because he had left her for like 15 minutes. So she came around and said, "Aren't you that girl from TikTok?" So every time I saw her at the conference, I said, "Oh, you're that famous girl from TikTok, right?" I just kept it going. She said, so she was out smoking, and I walked outside, and I said, "Oh, you're that famous girl from TikTok again." She said, "You've only said that 5 times. You're really an ass." I said, "Hey, blame it on him. He's the one who started it. I'm just keeping it going." And so she said, "If you say it one more time," I said, "I know, I won't be just the ass. I'll be the whole ass, you know, or the asshole." So we just kept it going.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
So yeah, man, it was great. This weekend was great, guys. You know, you had time to do things at night with your significant other, or you know, if you wanted to hang out with other beekeepers, hang out with them. Bring your significant other along and hang out with them as well. And you know, it was just awesome. We had an amazing time. I'll be hard pressed anybody that didn't have an amazing time there. Maybe one guy lonely walking around the show, and I'm not calling any YouTuber names. He seemed pretty lonely. He was never with anybody, sitting off by himself, and you know, maybe it was his own fault, but you know, that's kind of what happened for him, for that one guy. I feel sad for him.
You're talking about,
but you can't say who it was. But guys, yeah, I just wanted to check in. You know, 17 people on the ride home with us, and just want to let you know we love you guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for everybody that stopped by and hung out with us and shared a few minutes of their life with us. Brad probably saw him too.
Y'all stop. That's so sad.
Yeah, nobody everybody swarmed on. I'm really surprised he didn't. He went there, you know, empty-handed. I'm surprised he didn't carry an ass whooping home with him.
Oh, Bob.
But you know, as far as I know, I didn't see any bruising or abrasions on him. So, you know, so I guess he's okay going back home. So now we'll get the honey Chinese. They're talking about Chinese. Hey, Mike, there's people just coming in. Let me see. Yep, see, I hit the screen.
Walnut Grove.
When he walked by lonely. Yeah, he was by himself the whole time. I didn't see him talking to anybody. It was sad. It was sad.
Maybe it'll change him.
2,000 people there and no friends.
Maybe it'll change him.
Maybe it'll soften his heart up. We can hope. He was happy as a beekeeper that just had a hive abscond. Oh my God. Just think he's gonna have to spend 5 billion Canadian to replace that.
Oh, God.
Wait for it, Mike.
Where's your money all the same color?
Man, I'm gonna have to watch this when I get back just to catch all these things up. Yeah, he was a treatment-free guy. Yeah, he was a treatment-free guy. He probably stocked up on his Apivar and, you know, his oxalic acid and all. Yeah, and it was great to meet you too, man. Thanks for spending a few minutes out of your life with us. And I'm 84 miles from home, guys. I'm not far. We're just killing time and enjoying the scenery. Hey, and spending more time with my 20 of my best friends now on YouTube. And I hang out. These aren't real people, but you know what I mean, face-to-face people.
His own wife.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I definitely hang out with you guys more than I hang out with my wife. You're more fun. Oh. But, yeah, Bob, you drive, we'll chat. See, that's all you guys want. You guys are using me to chat with each other. You guys need to start exchanging numbers and stuff. Yeah, it's all about quality. Yeah, I spend more time with her. With you guys, a bunch of riffraff hanging out. No, just kidding.
Don't say that. They are not. They're not.
No, Class A people, guys.
Yeah.
Class A people. We just, it's just amazing. And unless you experience it, I'm telling you, save your pennies. Make it a tax deduction for your business. Come out. Every bit of equipment you buy at a discount is a tax deduction. Every dinner you go out to is a tax deduction. Class A-hole people. That's me, Phil. I'm the Class A-hole.
You are not.
No, what's a joke, honey.
I know it was.
But you know, that's the thing. Everything that we did here
Everybody was so sweet.
was a tax deduction. You know, off-season, guys. I don't know what's going to happen next year because we have outgrown this facility.
I have laughed so much this weekend.
And, you know, this was a networking event for me. I felt like, and I don't know, I'm sure there was stuff that was in the chats that I haven't heard before, but I'm pretty sure I'm going through the mountains, man. So I don't know how my signal's going, but you know, it came and said that it might have to move to a bigger venue, and I would agree and disagree. I think. I mean, I don't know all the insides of the problems they had, but from what I saw, and I don't know how filled the chat, you know, the speaking rooms were, but I feel like when the rooms opened up, for the chat, you guys could see behind us in the live, it got real thin in the vendor area, which allowed us to talk to like Bob Binney and Jeff and some of the people around there. But I feel like they could have had more people there, honestly, because it didn't feel like crazy packed. I know it was, and the line was long, but it went pretty good. I think Cayman just needs to be a better delegator, right? And tell people what he wants that he trusts to have it done, and then, you know, let them make it happen for him instead of trying to run everything by himself. And then that'll take some stress off of him. But he was run ragged, guys. Run entirely ragged.
Yeah, but I believe Cayman believes that the only way it gets done right is if he does it himself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm kind of like that, too. Where you want things done a certain way, and you feel like the only way you can get it done that certain way is if you have your hands in the pot, you know. So I get it, but he's going to have to delegate a little bit. But I mean, everything from my aspect, from the outside looking in, it was excellent. I'm not on that flip side of the coin, right? But it was excellent to me, and you know, just everybody that we got to meet, and, you know, it's like politicking, right? Shaking hands, kissing babies.
He was so tired.
And even at breakfast this morning, you know, when I walked up to Cayman was talking to some people already, but he was actually had a plate of food on the table, and I was like, well, I didn't want to interrupt your breakfast. I just wanted to shake your hand and tell you I really appreciate you. You did an amazing job, and you know, I didn't even take a picture with him because I felt like he just got beat down so much with pictures and everything else the last few days. It's like, just eat your breakfast, man. You know, enjoy the breakfast. Enjoy your time with your family this week. And, you know, just appreciate the fact that we appreciate what you've done. But anyway, guys, you know, obviously we could talk for hours, and we will talk for hours. We'll probably, I'm planning to go live tonight at some time, probably our normal time-ish, and once I get the stuff unloaded, it just depends on unloading, getting my mom, all the stuff we got to do to get back in the rhythm of things, and we'll look forward to talking to you later. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk.